What's up, Haunters? I'm Alex, and today we're talking about the worst animatronics ever from Spirit Halloween, so let's get started. So first of all on my list, we got W. Wraith. So first of all, I just want to say the audio and everything for this and the animation, it's all really well done and looks great, but the thing I don't really like is the ghost part of it. I just don't really love ghost props because every time they just seem so lazily made, because all the prop really is just a white piece of fabric thrown over an animatronic mech. I feel this prop would have worked better if they added more detail to the ghost and made it look more like a humanoid ghost. But for what it is, it's an alright animatronic, but definitely one of the worst ones from Spirit. So next up we got a prop that I'm not sure if too many people really know about, but it's from 2017, it's known as the Haunted Vacuum. One thing I do really dislike about this is its audio because it's just really annoying. And one thing I dislike about this animatronic that I also dislike about a whole bunch of other Roman animatronics is just how their movement is so random and it just keeps constantly bumping into things. I wish there was some sort of remote or way to program it to move around the way you'd like instead of just this randomized pattern. Overall, this animatronic seems like a cool concept, but me personally, I'm not a huge fan of it. Up next on the list is one that some people might get mad at me for putting here, but we've got Young Crouchy. I do really love the original Crouchy animatronic in Spirit Halloween. It's a great clown and definitely one of the best ones we've ever gotten. But honestly, I don't think we ever need to get a smaller version of it, and the smaller version isn't really that good. The thing that made the original Crouchy animatronic so cool is just how big he is and how he towers over you, but this smaller version completely removes that aspect from him. So even though Young Crouchy still looks creepy, the really creepy thing about the original Crouchy was just the height. I also don't love how they just reused Crouchy's audio. Since he's smaller, I feel like it would have worked better if they pitched down the audio a bit to make it sound more like a kid. I feel like if they ever do release the Collector's Minion animatronic, I might dislike it as well, just because I'm just not a huge fan of them making props smaller. But anyways, it is cool to see Spirit attempting to make a different version of a prop, and maybe one day we'll get a 12-foot Crouchy. And coming up next is a prop from this year, we got the Howlin' Spirit. This prop, there's just so many different things I dislike about it, so let's talk about the first one, which is the pole supporting him. Unless you can figure out some way to cover up and hide this pole, it's just exposed and really ruins the look of the prop. It would have been a much better decision from Spirit if they decide just to make this guy a hanging prop. Another thing I really dislike is the look of him. On the online videos, it looks like a pretty cool ghost prop, but once you see him in person, it's just really disappointing. It just looks cheaply made and not like that great of a prop. The audio is just kind of okay because what else could you expect from a ghost prop? But either ways, it is a cool idea for a prop, but I just feel it could have been done better. So next up is a prop that's similar to the vacuum from earlier, but instead it's a broom. I dislike this prop for very similar reasons to the vacuum, like its audio is really bad and really annoying. I dislike how it's just witches laughing the whole time with the haunted music and everything. It's just not that good. I also just dislike its animation. It's just so strange how it moves around, and like I said before, I wish it was like programmable or it had some sort of remote to control how it moves. Anyways, I do not like this prop. I think the vacuum is slightly better, but these type of props just aren't really my favorite.
You don't want to wake up my mother. She's been sleeping for a long time.
And next up we got Mommy's Favorite, which is probably one of my least favorite animatronics from 2020. I do slightly dislike the audio. I think it's okay, but it does work with the prop. This animatronic looks alright, but I really wish they would have done more to make it a spookier prop. And last thing I dislike about this that I really think would have made the prop a much better prop in my opinion would have been if it had way more animation than just the side-to-side animation. Anyways, I don't think this prop is the worst one of all time, but it is one I dislike, so that's why I decided to put it on this list.
Who are you? What are you doing here? You shouldn't be here. You need to leave this instant.
So next up we got Wheelchair Granny, which I think is one of the most hated animatronics from Spirit Halloween of all time. Just as a static prop, this one is awesome because it looks really cool. But once you turn her on, that's when things get bad. Her mech is extremely loud and really ruins the prop. And not even is her mech too loud, but it also doesn't even make sense for the prop. It would have been way better if they gave it a back and forth kind of swinging mechanism instead of this weird one where she's popping up and down. If they were to have used a different mechanism for this prop, it would have been such a better animatronic and probably one of my favorite ones of all time. But because of how poorly designed this is, it deserves a spot on the list. So with all that said, that is it for today's video, everyone. Hopefully you did enjoy checking out these animatronics that I honestly just dislike from Spirit Halloween. If you have other props that you dislike, make sure to comment down below. And if you disagree with me on any of these props, definitely comment down below because I'd like to hear your opinions on these props. But anyways, that is it for today's video. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.